What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Rogue Trader. Let's continue on. Up and out, shall we? I think we shall. Kind of spooky there, guys. The hollowed electrodynamic Cenobium greets its savior. You have anything to say?
Keep my
Just that?
open.
Interesting. Hello. Goodbye. T-posers, unite! Alright, let's head out.
Keep your wits about you.
Always save before you leave. You never know what's gonna happen. Oh, sorry, my cough is getting a little bad. It's getting a little late. I'm getting tired. When I get tired, my cough gets worse. Ordnance, we finished the job.
Or get left in the dust.
We already finished the job, friends. All right. Well, we've definitely got Heinrix to talk to up here at the very least, but I'm sure something's gonna happen when we come up here. It's gotta happen, right? There we go.
Rogue Trader. I was somewhat brusque at our first meeting, and I would like to make up for it by expressing my thanks for your assistance in the electrodynamic Cenobium. Your arrival could not have come at a better time. Unfortunately, my personal investigation has hit a dead end. I think I will have to call upon outside resources to continue the search.
I have something to confess. I discovered some kind of chaos artifact in the Cenobium's cogitator, and I deemed it necessary to dispose of it.
What? All right. All right. At the very least, the object of corruption, if that is indeed what it was, has been destroyed. This is a satisfactory outcome.
I'm not gonna lie to an Inquisitor.
There is one more thing. The Lord Inquisitor gave me this item some time ago. He must have thought it likely that I would find myself aboard this vessel sooner than he. I was instructed to deliver this device to Lady Theodora. However, given recent events, I believe I ought to present it to you. This is an elucidator, a sacred machine capable of translating the languages of remote and lost worlds into Low Gothic. It can even process Xenos languages to a certain degree. Not without infelicities, but possibly well.
Be honest, Van Calix. Is this some kind of tracking device?
Certainly not. The elucidator is such a rare and complex creation of the Omnisia that neither I nor any of my colleagues would dream of compromising its integrity. If you wish, have your tech priests confirm that there are no listening devices inside.
What do you plan to do now?
I would like to offer my assistance in resolving your immediate problems. I am aware that the ship suffered considerable losses during the recent mutiny and was damaged by the cultists' actions, and you have lost many valuable officers as well. You are in a difficult situation. I am at your disposal.
What do you think will become of the electrodynamic Cenobium?
It all depends on the electro-priests who survived the attack. Fortunately for them, the cultists did not manage to seriously corrupt the holy site, partly thanks to the priesthood's efforts. Nevertheless, I would not be surprised if the local explorator fleet decides to audit and purge the damaged units once it hears about what has happened.
I must return to my duties. Heinrix is about to say something else when he is interrupted by the sound of a Vox signal. Someone is trying to contact you.
Thank you for your time. Please consider me at your complete disposal while I am aboard your vessel.
Congratulations on the victory, your lordship. The entire vessel was impatiently awaiting the news of your expedition's success. The rumors about you not simply saving the tech priest monetary, but actually eliminating the source of the mutiny are spreading like wildfire. The Vox transmissions from across the world speak of nothing else. Governor Medina is expecting you at his command center to discuss matters. We are ready to depart immediately. Just give the word. Woohoo, look at us go. Check out this vault real quick. But I like... dump this stuff in here. I don't think we need most of this stuff anymore is the thing. Like, we got all this stuff from other worlds, so I figure we can just dump most of this stuff off. keep most things like this. We'll keep this and this. Oh yeah, let's throw those things in there for now. It's too much stuff. I think I'm gonna replace her portrait with mine. That's what I've decided on. Lord Captain. To do that, we must talk to the High Factotum. Where'd he take up residence at? Pasqal, right there. Nice. I'd like to replace the painting of the late Theodora in my chambers. Hang my portrait instead. It will be done, your lordship. Thank you. Pasqal, how are you doing, buddy? And Abel. There's Abel. Nice.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
I want to know the truth about you.
The request is approved. I did conceal certain information. I was a student of Archmagus Amanat, but I committed an act of betrayal after he deviated from sacred dogma.
What did Amanat do?
He fell into schism and challenged the sacred boundaries of knowledge. The blessed Amanat claimed the limits of what is permitted must be expanded, because by refusing to explore certain law, we find ourselves in contempt of the seventh universal law. Comprehension is the key to all things. My mentor put forth a thesis claiming that we have stagnated, that ritual is now nothing but a cage for souls and false worship of the Omnissiah. He sought to break the cycle of mindless repetition because he saw the inevitable demise of our faith and all humanity at the end of it.
Certain aspects of the Imperium have indeed ossified. His argument sounds reasonable.
This statement is false. My mentor's words sound like heresy. Limits were established because it is dangerous to venture beyond. Each step past them could lead to a bloody slaughter, but the blessed Amanat was not afraid.
How did you betray Amanat?
The teachings of the blessed Amanat spread, and word of it reached the conclave of the Cognizance fleet. They recognized his teachings as tech heresy. Many tech priests suddenly vanished or were subjected to severe penance for minor transgressions. The students of Amanat, whose number included many enlightened and respected brothers, resisted. My prognosis showed that our most likely future was a schism and a fratricidal war that would destroy the Cognizance fleet. That was when I headed to the Conclave. I confessed, then handed the information about my mentor's research over to the Conclave. Brazen, anathematic studies of the Forbidden Law. The Conclave could use that data to summon Archmagus Amanat to stand trial and compel him to repent on pain of excommunicate traitoris. His subsequent fate is unknown to me.
You betrayed your mentor.
This statement is true. However, I took this step out of loyalty to my mentor. He rejected caution and was leading us to a blasphemous war where he would become the first and most important victim. I did not want to witness his destruction and tried to force him to submit. I wanted to return to my mentor and share his fate, but the Conclave found me repentant and sent me to the station Alter Templum Calixis EXT-17, where I was to atone for my previous transgressions.
You acted as a loyal son of the Imperium should.
I pray that the Omnissiah grants us wisdom to overcome the dialectic differences that divide us.
So why did you go to the Rykad Minoris?
I was summoned there by a message that was encrypted with the blessed Amanat's personal code, and could it be interpreted in several ways. One thing was certain. We were in danger, and I had to go to Owlcat Minoris.
The tech priest named Abel. Who is he?
Assessing his personality is difficult. The spirit of Brother Abel is different from that of most people. Tech comrades of the cog call such persons quiet ones. He possesses significant intellect, but shuns communication. So far, I have not been able to determine why Abel summoned me to Owlcat Minoris, how he is related to the Blessed Ammernat, or why he bears the same name as me. Perhaps Reverend Abel may not be fully able to actualize and interpret the available data.
What are you going to do next?
I was wrong when I assumed it was the Blessed Archmagus Ammernat who assumed the guise of Abel Haneman. But there is a connection between him and the Reverend Abel, and I intend to uncover the nature of this link.
And no more questions.
Acknowledged. May you...
What about you, Abel? The person you saved from the Electro Priest Monastery, the servant of the Omnisci who calls himself Abel Hanuman, is staring intently at the cogitator's vid screen. Wires connect the sacred computing machine to augmetics inside the prayerfully bowed heads of murmuring servitors. Abel looks up after you. After a long, lengthy silence, he looks away and says stiffly, "The Omnisci knows all, comprehends all. How are you feeling, Abel?" The tech priest stares intently at his feet for a while and then says in a halting voice, "The running of the Heinrix protocols was bogged down and dissolved in false commands. The filter has separated the correct signals from the incorrect. The running has been restored to its swiftness. Tech Brother Abel has passed the diagnostics. The pernicious influence of sacrilegious procedures has been completely eliminated. Statistically, most survivors of schismatical infestations are left with severe cognitive impairment. However, Tech Brother Abel's mind, being of a less typical nature, has not been damaged to a great degree." Gaze into Abel's eyes. "Tech Brother Abel, are you free from possession? You are free from possession, are you not? I trust that you pose no threat to my ship." Abel's voice quivers and his eyes dart around, desperately avoiding eye contact. What was flawed has been since purged. The shadows of the hunt linger. The cog is dismounted, and no judgment has been made. In the absence of judgment, threat remains. Who will make the judgment? "I will." Pasqal places a mechadendrite on Abel's shoulders and repeats, his voice heavy like a wheel tread, crushing the dirt underneath. "I will make the judgment that will avert the threat." His gaze falls upon you. There's no need to frighten him. What troubles him so? I assumed at first that it was caused by the shock inflicted upon his system by the schismatical attack. But my tech brother's words are a sign of a deeper reason for his unease. He foresees something that threatens both him and all those around him, and thus I stand ready to face this threat. What judgment do you two speak of? Only he knows, but if my tech brother fears that he might not make the right decision at the critical moment, then I will do it for him. Why are you so concerned about him? He's not the one you were hoping to find. You care for him as if he were truly your younger brother. Pascal's vox rasps a tired laugh. Tech Brother Abel is harmonious, and harmony is beauty. Is it so strange an urge to protect beauty from the horrors of the grotesque? Why are you so concerned about him? He's not the one you were hoping to find. Answer unknown. I am registering a kinship, both between our identifiers and one that is more profound. Archmagus Armanat left an imprint on all his students. It may be then that I see some of my mentor in Tech Brother Abel, and so my spirit rejoices and strives to keep him from harm. I'll try not to give Abel any undue cause for dread. Thank you. Why do you and Pasqal have the same name? Abel freezes. From his vox synth, barely audible through the static, come the words, "The naming of the names is not an index to the text. The naming of the names is the text." Abel's answers can be enigmatic. His mind works differently from ours. He thinks in harmonic imagery and notices the symmetries and proportional relationships in the world around him. Poetry would be the closest an analogy to how he perceives and interacts with reality. I never imagined there could be poets among tech priests. Pasqal looks surprised. Why not? Technica lingua is rhythmical and possesses a broad semantic scope, and some of its more sonorous dialects lend themselves well to individual and symphonic declamation. Pasqal, do you understand what Abel is referring to? Negative. However, I will hypothesize. Tech Brother Abel is seeking to convey the idea that our matching identifiers are not the key to some vital data point. They are, in and of themselves, the vital data point. At this stage in my analysis, I can draw no useful conclusions from this proposition. However, the very fact that Tech Brother Abel is trying to hint at something points to him either being better informed than I am, or having conducted a more in-depth analysis of the situation. That is useful information. Abel, could you please explain what you mean? Abel relaxes a little. His gaze drifts to the side, and there is silence. I'm not going to yell at him. Are we overthinking it? It doesn't matter why your names are the same. What matters is that they are the same. Is that what you mean? Abel looks sideways at you, and at once his transfixed stupor is gone. At this point in time, the cycle has been broken and reshaped into a rising spiral as Armanat envisioned. On hearing his mentor's name, Pasqal lets out a raspy, static-filled sigh. They are connected. My hypothesis regarding Abel's connection to the blessed Armanat has been confirmed. What are you working on? We catch the soul of the light in the solar wind. We look for the footsteps the Omnissiah left when he walked the desert. This is an oniromantic computation procedure. The depersonalized minds of these machine servants are in the data stream, processing enormous arrays of assorted data and aggregating them. Virtually all results of such synthesis are scrap data, but occasionally we have noted coincidences whose exactness defied logic. It is an extremely rare and venerated form of statistical augury, but Tech Brother Abel is adept at this form of appealing to the Deus Mechanicus. Why do you do it? It is how we execute the quest for knowledge, in hopes that the machine gods grant us an epiphany so that we may discern a logical connection in a mass of absurd data which will propel our comprehension forward. Inspect the machine. The hair has been removed from every servitor's head. Their bulky cerebral augmetics cover their skulls like helmets. The faces of the cogitators' servants are blank, their eyes are closed, their lips are incessantly whispering about what sounds like gibberish. Hundreds of lines of symbols containing information scroll down the cogitators' vid screens. Abel Hanuman peers at it with voracious interest, in sharp contrast to his usual placidity. Look for logical connections within the data. Most of the runes are devoid of any meaning, but you notice a few among them that combine into formulae and computational graphs. Abel peers at you inquisitively, then shifts his gaze to the vid screen. You could swear that a smile lights his face under his respiratory augmetic. A crystal is exquisite in a clear wave. Deviation from the cycle's trajectory has been increased, as was Amanat's wish. Abel lowers his head, and his Vox synthesizers broadcast a Heinrix hymn you do not recall having heard before. The sound is full of vibrant energy, and its precise rhythm is nothing short of pleasing to the ear, a rare thing for the language of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Pasqal explains with an inexplicable air of pride. Tech Brother Abel has dedicated a lesser aria to you. The piece is distinguished by a high degree of acoustic harmony and is fit for use as a motto, auxiliary identifier, or epitaph. I thank you for your generous gift. The gift is disproportionate, but it does signify a personal affinity. My interest in the subject has been exhausted. Abel goes back to intently watching. Did you hear what Abel said? It seems we have contributed to Armanat's design and deviated from the cycle. What does that mean to you? A low guttural sound rises from the depths of Pasqal's Vox synth, as though the planet's tectonic plates are shifting and crushing each other. The mighty rumble brings forth words imbued with power. We follow a path charted by the great mind, but that path leads to dark places. The cycle has the advantage of predictability. Abandoning it will plunge the collective into a perilous space of uncertainty, which will inevitably lead to the disasters and the risk of a universal annihilation. The doctrine discontinuing the cycle may herald good things to come, or it may be a death sentence. Only the Omnissiah knows and comprehends all. Others are mere prophets who interpret his wisdom as far as their own comprehension permits. Is that not the promise of every heresy? Let's renounce our path, distort our doctrine, and head out towards what looks like a better future, but actually only has danger and grief in store for us. The statement is true. Many dangerous philosophies appear impeccably logical, yet have dangerous defects that their creators are unaware of. There's doubt in the tech priest's voice. The tone of thundering profundity drains from Pasqal's vox, giving way to similar sibilance. Okay, let's take my leave. Abel looks away, but I am glad to see you. I'm glad to see you too, Abel. Alright, well, we still have other people to check in on after all that's happened, so let's do that. And we have an entire thing to go through with the new guy. Heinrix, it's time to talk to you, buddy. Know nothing about you, Heinrix. Could you tell me a little bit more about yourself?
I'm usually the one interested in the pasts of those around me, not the reverse. I come from a night world, Guizorn 3. I belong to a branch of one of the noble houses until my exceptional abilities were discovered. After that, I was sent on a black ship to Holy Terra, where I was trained, and I began my service for the glory of the Imperium.
Do you remember your home planet?
I do, but I have no ties to my homeworld now. None except my first name. I left Guizorn 3 when I was still a child. My family disowned me, stripping me of my family name. I was given a new one by those who trained me. Even for a noble, Being branded a psyker is a mark of eternal shame. I experienced that firsthand before I was put on the Black Ship.
How did you discover your abilities?
Like many psykers unaware of their curse, I found out when a strong emotional reaction triggered an involuntary response. My great aunt had a pet grink. One day, it bit me, and I boiled it from inside out. And when my great aunt slapped me for what I'd done, I boiled her too.
Sorcerer's powers are truly dangerous. Hope you have mastered your abilities since then.
When I arrived on Holy Terra and was tested, I was found to be suitable material for becoming a sanctioned psyker, able to bend his curse to his own will. I can assure you that the adepts of the Astra Telepathica were right in their assessment.
Tell me about the Black Ship.
Picture a vast prison ship, filled with frightened, angry psykers who can't control their abilities and who have just lost their homes and their families. Some of them were children and adolescents like I was. Some were monstrous creatures who no longer had the right to be called human, or psychopaths who reveled in their impure powers. Once, when one of the miscreants broke free, those in command simply depressurized the bay and got rid of the culprit, along with the prisoners and crew tainted by him. But even after that, I heard the echo of inhuman suffering and terror that filled that part of the ship. It grieves me to recall that episode to this day.
You were sent to the Inquisition straight after training.
No. First, I was accorded the status of a psyker fit for service in the Imperial Guard, where I then spent several years. It was only afterward that I became an agent of the Golden Throne.
Let's talk about something else. How long have you served in the Inquisition?
Since the day of my initiation as an acolyte. So, decades. How many real years it's been, it's hard to say. When I return from a journey through the warp, I often discover that much more or much less time has passed in real space.
You visited many worlds during your service, I'll wager.
Indeed. I have visited many of the places brought to the Emperor's light, and those sullied by the filth of the archenemy. In truth, even after all these years spent visiting the various corners of the Imperium and looking beyond its borders, I still consider the Segmentum Solar to be the greatest of all humanity's bastions. Nothing compares to the majesty of Holy Terra, the might of Mars, the grandeur of the Segment's other worlds.
What duties have you been carrying out for the Inquisitor?
You can't really be expecting me to answer that question, can you?
No. For someone who's been in service for decades, you certainly look young.
The first step for biomancers such as myself is to take control of the processes of their own body, including aging. I've endured innumerable hazards in my work. If I allowed every trace of them to remain, I would look completely different today.
Let's change the subject.
Gladly.
You're not the Inquisitor's only acolyte, correct?
Of course not. The Lord Inquisitor's entourage comprises dozens of people. The best of the best. Experts in various fields and disciplines. Some of them I know personally. Others I have never met. To be honest, I'm not even certain that the people I know are still alive. I used to work with other acolytes of the Lord Inquisitor, but in the Koronus Expanse, I have been working alone.
Wandering among the stars without family or friends, don't you get lonely?
I rarely have the time or the opportunity to think about it.
If you're an interrogator, does that mean you hold a special position in the retinue?
We are not a retinue. We are acolytes. As for your question, I am closer than anyone else to the one I call my personal teacher. The Lord Inquisitor deemed me worthy of undertaking the most important and sensitive tasks requiring the attention of agents of the Golden Throne.
Are there other acolytes in the Koronus Expanse? The interrogator narrows his eyes at you and releases a disappointed sigh. After several seconds of silence, you realize you'll not be getting an answer. Let's talk about something else.
Such as?
What can you do as a psyker?
The Lord Inquisitor was most insistent that I master the discipline of Santic Demonology. I use my faith and my power to crush the enemies of the Imperium. Servants of chaos tremble at the sound of the Emperor's name, uttered by my lips. I am also a skilled biomancer. I can manipulate bodily processes. Sometimes I resort to those skills in the course of my work, when it is necessary to make the subject of an interrogation more cooperative.
I must take my leave. All right. Let's talk with him.
Lord Captain.
Goodbye. Voxmaster? Have the Vox Spirits brought you anything interesting? Nothing? That's okay. Master Helmsman? Argenta?
Greetings.
And Uwe? Cassia?
Words cannot.
Alright. Well, we've apparently leveled up again as well. So let me go ahead and do that with everybody, and I'll bring you back when it's done. Alright, let's go through what we picked. It's just the upgrade and the final one for this archetype. During Breach 2, we picked the more MP for each kill. Same with Abelard here. For Adiro, we picked the next turn they can't move and MP is reduced. For this one, we picked the first one. During the extra turn, you get more damage and they're affected by voice of command. For Argenta here, we picked the area attacks deal more damage, equal to number of attack targets. For him, we picked the Staring Breach 1, just 10 more movement points. And this one, Dismantling Attack, upgrade 1, -3. Beautiful. Okay, let's save and head on into the map. And let's just check everything here. We need to talk to the governor. That's it. All right. Let's go talk to the governor then, shall we? That's our team. Hopefully the governor doesn't want to fight.
Is there money to be
I
made?
mean, I will murder him if he does, but you know, hopefully he doesn't. Governor? Greetings again, your lordship. Governor Medina offers Heinrix a somewhat strained smile. Master von Calix, it pleases me to see you in good health. I hope that you accomplished what you intended to at the electrodynamic Synovium. Interrogator nods without saying a word. After an uncomfortably long pause, Medina clears his throat and quickly turns to you. I can't express how grateful I am to your help. Now that the insidious heretic's designs have been thwarted, nothing stands in the way of my plans or yours. With Aurora dead, the spirit of revolt is waning. Entire squads of rebels are surrendering. We are witnessing the final days of the uprising. I've already signed the order to allocate 2,000 first-class Voidbearers to you. Their transfer to your ship should begin any minute now. I would also like to salute the savior of Rykad Minoris, and I've already have a festive celebration to be held in your honor. We will celebrate your victory with an ancient custom, the Triumph. You will drive through the city streets accompanied by a guard of honor, as befits a hero who has vanquished the Imperium's enemies. While your trophies will be displayed but to the jubilant crowds, let me know once you've concluded your business in the system and you are ready for your triumph to begin. Oh, for Grok's sakes. What the Lord Captain? I can't see a thing. Only darkness. Pitch black darkness. Are you being facetious, ma'am? Are you wounded, Adira? No, I'm quite alright. There's darkness in my mind, but I haven't gone blind. No, it is the darkness that I see. It's the only thing I see. No idea what that means, but the whole thing reeks, Lord Captain. I don't like the look of it. And the slight... Oh, Adira stares at her hands as she's never seen them before. It's gone. Medina breathes a sigh of relief. You have no doubt been through a lot lately, ma'am. Small wonder your vision had a dim spell with all this shooting everywhere, let alone all these maimed and maddened insurgents. It will be alright. The festivities will distract you and you'll feel right as rain again. I'm ready for my triumph. I think so. Excellent. We will see each other at the square then. May the light of the throne be with you. Ooh, we've done it.
Always
and
keep
I'm not
your
going
eye
to
on
end
the
here
prize.
because, you know, I feel like you guys deserve a little bit more at least. Wait a minute. How do I get out of here? Where's the square? Is it just out here? Yes, it is. Great. Fantastic. Talk to the Master of Ceremonies. Let's do it. Your Lordship, Peerless Lord von Valancius, I am the Master of Ceremonies of Rykad Minoris. Everything is in place for your triumph. Allow me a brief summary of the upcoming events. Speak. No, wait, no. God dang it. Misclick. Give me right back. The right button this time. You will take the road, now familiar to you, from here to the starport. You will be accompanied by your comrades in arms and a guard of honor. The body of the heretic known as the Prophet of Aurora will be pulled in your wake as a battle trophy. A stop is planned in the middle of the road. There, grateful citizens will rush towards you, praising you for your salvation. Not to worry, this is a thoroughly choreographed interlude. The group of the grateful people will be composed exclusively of loyal citizens vetted by us, members of the military, young people, attractive and physically fit, a few healthy children. Once they have said their praise, the procession will move on. Governor Medina will await you by the starport. It is also where the pyre has been built for burning the body of the heretic known as Aurora. You'll be handed a flamer, blessed by the representative of the ecclesiarchy. You can choose to personally perform the burning, but if you wish to underscore the amicable alliance between House von Valancius and House Winterscale, it would be fitting for you to pass the honor of the burning to Governor Medina. However, the choice is yours. This is disgusting. I do not want a staged show of gratitude. Allow the ordinary people of Rykad Minoris to speak to me or skip this farce altogether. His eyes widen. My sincerest apologies, your lordship. No thought could be farther from my mind than incurring your anger. Let the ordinary people through, you say. I'll see what can be done. Good luck to us. I'm a little scared this is gonna not work, but we'll see. Mount the tank. Let's go. Something's gonna happen. Hello, your lordship. Glory to you, glory. The grateful citizens wish to present gifts to their redeemer. For whatever reason, you know for certain that right at this moment, the gaze of Aurora's dead, empty eye sockets is fixed on the back of your head. A thought surfaces in your mind, not a voice inside your head, no, a mere thought. They're all going to die, befuddled, deprived, never having seen the truth, and all because of you, enemy of mine. It is a pleasure to protect an Imperium world and its honest inhabitants. May the light of the eternal terror shine upon us all. Stop the ceremony, take the people away. Something terrible is about to happen. The soldiers in the cordon exchange perplexed glances, but their trained discipline prevails, and they turn toward the spectators, preparing to lead the crowd away. Wait, what? They're coming out of the darkness. They're stealing the light. The darkness is insatiable, and behind them, behind these thieves, an ineffable eye follows, watching. Ah! I'm sensing something boundless, blue, golden, dark. What? Behold, behold, behold the final dawn. Oh dear. I told you something was gonna happen. I told you! Apparently we're on the voidship bridge somehow, though. You can do it, game. You can do it. Uh-oh. Are they about to blow up the sun? That's not good. That would be the opposite of good. Bad. Bad is what that would be.
but I will grant
We're in a
none.
fight.
Spare none of them!
Let's see. Who do we have? Cultists. Just a bunch of anointed cultists. It would seem. Fire starting cultist. Leader of the cultists. There we go. Gregor. Heinrix. Let's get you over here, maybe. Pasqal. I mean, you know, there's not a lot of cover for y'all. It's kind of just like hope things work out. Alright. Let's see what happens. At least you guys get some excitement in this one. Wait, shouldn't you have the first turn here? You should definitely have had the first turn, but, you know, I guess it is what it is.
I won't object to it.
That was fast.
Natural. For the throne's glory.
Awkward. I don't know why that happened, but okay. I guess we'll take that terribleness. Oh, and now you getting your turn? That's good. Go ahead, Argenta.
Doubt is for the you, my emperor!
Don't run into that. I swear he tried to use a grenade. You're gonna die.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Apparently it's gonna be through me, though.
I have read tomes of military tactics. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
What's the grenade thing? Captive. I wanted to get a kill, but yeah, let's just get a kill.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Make sure we get a couple kills here, honestly. Elderly citizen. Don't try to fight, elderly citizen. You're just going to die. Hide. Nice misses, I guess.
Not this Greyer's job.
Interesting, she can't attack. Why? Psychotic trauma. Oh no! So she can just analyze people
Anything else?
and not do much else. Enforcer, you did not want to run through that. You almost dodged them all. You almost got lucky. NT Heinrix.
I am ready for whatever comes. I'll make it happen. On it.
Awkward. Make them attack you, Gregor. Could you not shoot me? job, old man. Jeez.
Running binary code. I am getting this right.
Good stuff. Enforcers are pretty good. What happened? Reinforcements, of course.
I won't object to it. Let's see to it.
Sorry, bud. I swear they're trying to throw grenades and it's just not letting them.
Your pain won't stop me.
I'll paint your death
Go ahead,
in
Argenta.
colours.
As the Emperor
She still doesn't have her dash, by the way. It's really throwing me off.
faith without targeted. Strike is a prayer. Doubt is for the weak. I will not. You, my Emperor! I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor. That is not the Emperor's will. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
It's pretty good, right? And then, you know, she doesn't really seem done yet, does she? I agree.
Doubt is for this is why I was chosen. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
She's so good.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Did nothing. That's good. I didn't really want it to do anything, so... Aw, poor old man.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. Strike is a prayer.
It's ridiculous.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor.
All the kills.
There is movement in the Imperium.
I'm not really concerned if anybody goes down. I'm assuming we're going back to our ship after this, so...
Why did I not foresee this?
It's unfortunate.
I'll see to it personally. I refuse.
Good old 76% chance.
I'll make it happen.
Attack me! I'm trying to save one citizen. I don't know if it's happening.
As the tactical imperative dictates. Running binary override.
Do all my things here. 90% chance. Don't mind if I do.
The whispers.
Good night, Adira. Oh, or not. Solid dodges you got there, bud.
I won't object to it.
The Inquisition sends their regards.
94%. You killed your ally. That's helpful. Why?
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Where's Adira? Apparently she fell. Was never made clear, but okay.
Emperor, give me strength. If I may.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Strike is a prayer. I'll do it. I refuse. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay, I expected to miss the 66%.
Your end was inevitable. On it.
Good dodge, Heinrix. Good try, Burning Man.
Martyrdom is a reward. Significant value. Request approved.
Still only 4 left.
How dare you!
Oh, and this guy. I didn't even see this guy. Well, good thing Heinrix is here to
I'll
stop
put
this
my
guy.
psychic abilities to use.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Hey, it worked this time.
Isn't this a job for painted?
It's nothing. Guided by faith. This is why I was chosen.
Who if not me?
We'll take a little bit of damage here, Gregor, but that's okay.
I'll see you.
You have a job to do.
I'll make it out.
Old man's still alive. My goal to save one is still in effect.
Heavy is the thread of his faith.
Good job, girl.
Battlefields are always
Goodbye.
drowned in blood.
I knew something was gonna happen. Your comm bead comes alive. Victus's voice struggles to get through the thundering static. Lord Tane, this is Master. Please immediately send a... Victus, what's going on? Captain Ference, repeat. Pull yourself together, lady class. Do not resist. It's a simple technique that will bring you relief. Heinrix leans over Adira and puts her hand on her temples. Friendly agents of the Inquisition make me so nervous. I'm not being friendly. What's happening is beyond normal cultist scheming. We can't afford to lose a single fighter. I shall feel no darkness, for the light is within me, the light of my faith in thee. I shall flee before no enemy, for there is no enemy more terrible than cowardice, and I shall overpower it. Argenta prays aloud, all the while checking her equipment with deft fingers. The old man peers at you gloomily. You told me my faith was false. You made me turn away from Aurora. Now what do you say, rogue traitor? Who was right? Here it is, the final dawn. He makes a sweeping gesture with his hands. Hold your tongue, Herald. Dawn or no dawn, I'll die before I let those eyeless freaks maim me. So keep quiet and do as his lordship says. He'll tell us what to, you. Red, black, lots of blinding white fear. The whole city's quaking, no, the whole world. We must move out towards the starport at once. The shuttles aren't going to find us here, even if the comlink stabilizes, which it won't. We're en route to the starship. The pending. We observe disappearance of the star from vacuate. The comms fall silent. Many eyes stare at you. Does anyone have any idea what just happened? The final dawn, Argenta says furiously. We stopped short of puzzling out the enemy's entire plan. O Emperor, forgive us for our negligence. I swear we will find a way to right it. Only an incomplete picture. Heinrix sounds deadly serious. Every warp-active person on this planet is sensing the presence of a sorcery. It's rising like a tsunami. I've hardly ever encountered anything like it in real space, and most remarkably, the sorcery is still growing. I cannot, however, say what set off this reaction or where the light has gone. Adira is holding her nose, trickling with blood. I saw blurry shadows reaching for a ball of bright fire and pulling it away, and another shadow much larger and more terrifying that followed them. It opened its colossal eye when the others were gone with their loot. I saw no connections, no complicity. It was like the loop catching on a hook. A small terror made another greater one crawl out of its lair and act. That's the best I can explain it. But what I can say is that I only see death in Reichhead Minoris' future, death and nothing else, and I mean its immediate future. In other words, it's time to leg it. Patience, everybody. Holy Sis here is almost done powdering her nose. A chill runs down your spine. You seem to feel Aurora's gaze upon you once again, only it's not coming from a corpse any longer, but from everywhere. We're not abandoning the people in distress. Everyone here can come with us. I'm no fast walker, but I'll hobble after you. If you get into a fight, it's not like you'll want an old woman to get in your way anyway. And I think there will be more fighting. There sure will be. It looks like some of my former comrades are still on the loose. The sense of alarm is now almost physically drilling through your temples. The fleeting little whispers at the edge of your hearing are sinister and gleeful. All we can do now is try to make it to the starport. Bad news, but not unexpected. The old woman looks at you, not particularly hopeful and a little distrustful as she's reluctant to ask her question. The sense of alarm keeps growing stronger, as does the sensation of an intent gaze fixed upon you. That's it, let's move out. Alright guys, well, we are gonna loot these guys and call it for the episode for sure, because we do not have time to do any more today. Gonna have you go around and pick stuff up, but I want you to avoid the thing if possible. Thank you.
Something ominous lurks ahead.
Stuff is important.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this one. See you in the next one. Peace.